as you can see, I'm horse riding. I wasn't planning to make a video today, but I thought I've got 7 hours in the saddle. I'm always thinking about stuff, may as well make something. Actually, something I do want to talk about, because this is actually related to the horse riding, is the value of trying new things. I think that trying new things is very valuable because there's this big question about purpose in life. Like, what are we doing with our lives? You know, I feel really funny with this cowboy hat on. What are we doing with our lives? You know, what's the purpose? And I think one of the best ways to not only enjoy life more, but also to find some sense of purpose, or just to help in the process of that discovery, is trying new things. Because you're gonna live your life anyway. You may as well find novel stimuli, new things that will show you what you like and don't like. Because even if you try 50 things and you like 2 of those 50 things, 1, you know 48 things you don't like, so you don't have to waste your time with them in the future. But 2, you found 2 new things you like. This is going to sound really funny, didn't really think much about horse riding until I was in Costa Rica, and I just absolutely fell in love with the experience. I just think it's just a really fun thing to do. Now, I know people who don't like horse riding at all. They don't like spending time with horses. They don't like the idea of getting thrown off a horse. Fuck, how am I going to get over this? Oh, okay, there's a path here. Makes life a tad easier. It's like these random novel things that I'm very lucky to be able to do, but also, if I hadn't tried new things, hadn't pursued that, then I don't know what I'd be doing instead. Like, there's something I've been doing recently to help myself with actually trying new things, building confidence, it's really funny, but boredom and having a better relationship with how my dopamine works. I noticed that when I spent far too much time on social media, or far too much time distracting myself, that I was less curious, less motivated to do anything. Like, when I say motivated, I don't mean to like make a YouTube video or to go on a run. I mean like cooking or messaging someone. Like, it's really pathetic to admit that, but it's true. Because I should make a separate video on dopamine. It's very fascinating, but everyone's pretty familiar by now. It's like a reward chemical. Your motivation is pretty much always linked to your dopamine levels. So depleting it with lots of things like social media, porn, fast food, like all these things that just really spike your dopamine, oh, that is fucking cool. Wow, look at that. Depleting with these things creates that feeling of lethargy and uselessness, or at least that's what I felt. When trying new things and putting yourself out there, becoming more confident, because inevitably to put yourself in new situations that you're not used to, you're going to need a level of confidence. And if that doesn't come naturally to you, you're going to want as much dopamine as possible, because you're going to want that motivation. And yes, you can white knuckle your way through life, but what's the point? If you can live life, have the same results, but have a good time doing it, then do that. Anyway, this is cruel. This is cool. I'm talking about dopamine and trying new things, but this is fucking cool. My point is, trying new things will reveal a lot to you. You'll learn what you like and what you don't like, which is actually surprisingly important for life, considering that many of us live lives led by impulses and not actually thinking about what you want. Which leads me to another question. Why do you want what you want? Sounds really philosophically stupid and nonsensical, but why do you want what you want? That is a really important question. For example, do you want to make a ton of money to prove other people who maybe hated on you in the past that now you're better? Well, now you're just living your life by their rules, because in order to be good enough to them, which is what you're proving, you are trying to make all that money. Or it might be status signaling, like buying fancy clothes, having a fast car, you know, the typical stuff. Smooth. That is an example of living somebody else's rules, like trying to prove wrong the person that gave you shit for something. You know, just the far better ability is to let that go and just let them have their own suffering. If they're really hating on you and you're a genuine person, just let them suffer. Like, that's their problem. You may not be able to see their suffering, but it's there, trust me. So, linking that, why do you want what you want? Because your time is limited. So it's important to remember that working out why you want the things you want and discovering if it's genuine and real and healthy is going to be a much better use of your life, because we all know that person, we've all heard of that person who has spent their entire life pursuing things that never fulfilled them, never made them feel good, and they basically get a rival fallacy. They think that the thing they want is going to make them happy, solve all their problems. They get there, they realize their life really isn't that different, and even if it is, it might be the wrong things. They might have pursued status and money and realized that the thing that would make them happy is having a family or spending more time with their friends, investing in something useful to the world, you know, whether that's time or money. And although this question is about, this video is about trying new things, I think the real value in what you find in trying new things is discovering yourself, because we're all trying to discover ourselves, right? We don't want to live our lives constantly thinking that we're doing the wrong thing or worrying if we're doing the right thing. It's good to get clear on your values, clear on what you care about, not fall off this rock. It's good to get clear on those things, and then you can pursue them with all the same energy you are going to put into the thing that you may not have even cared about. I care so much about this content that I'm making because I want it to help people, you know? I want this channel to be of value to the world, because I hope that when I die, I have a net positive on the world rather than a net negative. So, but to get to the point where I had the confidence and the mindset to actually start making them, even though some of these videos are terrible, it took me trying lots of novel things to then get used to the experience of actually putting yourself in new situations. Because YouTube or recording yourself making content, a lot of that is I hate talking in public to a camera. I've got used to talking to this camera, but especially in public, like, this is perfect because there's no one here. But my God, if I'm in a city, it's like overthinking central. But getting used to putting myself in new positions, that, you know, you usually have to socialize with new people, you meet people from different walks of life, they show you things that they're interested in, which then might be another, you know, opportunity for you to try something new and enjoy something new, and just have those like amazing experiences. You think of like those stories, or maybe your grandparents told you about a time that they went to some middle of nowhere place and got completely lost and they had a great time, you know, or they said yes to that one date and then they met the person that they married, or you know, whatever it could be, whatever random story. These amazing things only happen when you're willing to step outside your comfort zone and try novelty, even if it's scary, because it's going to sound a bit cringe, but the world really is for those who are willing to take risks. Because if you don't take risks, your life will not change. Your life will be the same. And if you're happy with how your life is right now, wonderful. But if you're not, you just want more, you want something different, or you want something that's actually fulfilling, you've got to be willing to really put yourself out there. And that is what I want to preach on this channel more than a lot of things, is how do we create a happier, healthier society, you know, especially in like young people my age. How do we get those people out of a cynical place and into an optimistic place? And I think that's about bringing people together and then showing them that life isn't limited, showing them that life is not stuck one way. Time to get back to the horses.